Are you someone that's very hesitant to step outside of your comfort zone and start taking risks in life? Well, then today Adam and I are going to help you start saying yes, taking risks, and being comfortable being uncomfortable in life. What's up, everyone? My name is Zoe Saikoski, and welcome back to my motivational YouTube channel, Zoe's 2 Dots on Life. So today I have an extremely exciting collaboration video with my new friend Adam Procrastination. And yes, I learned how to say his last name just for this video, so props to me. Adam is a fellow small YouTuber from Canada, and he posts a lot of videos on just how to live a well-rounded lifestyle. So after you watch this video, make sure to hop on over to his channel. I'll leave the link in the description box down below. But I'm just super excited to make this collab with Adam today, just because he was one of the first fellow small YouTubers that I found when I created my channel about 3 months ago. I think that he's got a lot of experience, insight, and just a great personality that's really gonna shine through and help you all learn how to take risks and how to say yes in your life. So without further ado, let's hear it from Adam.
So, I usually don't have a mustache, but for the 6 months I've been on YouTube, I've kind of had a mustache, so I guess that's my identity online. But yeah, Zoe, thank you so much for having me on your channel. I really appreciate being part of this video. My name is Adam Procrastination. If you guys have not seen me before, I try to make videos on living a well-rounded life. So what does that mean? To me, it means trying to be healthy and staying fit and healthy with your food and your diet. And then you gotta think about your personal growth, always improving. So I try to make videos around that theme. I do YouTube on the side as my hobby. I have lots of fun with it. Day to day though, I work in business development. I do work for an advertising agency. And at the same time, I try to live my life having as much fun as possible. So you really gotta enjoy the ride. Try to have fun, try to get some laughs in there as well. So that's the type of videos that I usually make. But yeah, we should just jump right into this, right? Zoe and I have prepared some questions and some topics to talk about saying yes to things and taking risks in life. So we really hope that you'll have a benefit to watching this video. I'm really excited to share some of my experiences in life with some of the viewers out there.
Yes, Adam, let's jump right into this video. So before we begin, random question. I was just wondering if it was intentional to wear that color shirt that you're wearing, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but in like every single one of my videos, I try to wear like an orangey like shade of shirt. So I noticed that you were wearing one and I was wondering if that was intentional. So yeah, hit me up, let me know if it was. So how we're gonna structure this video is I'm gonna display a question on the screen, Adam will reply, and I'm gonna reply. We've got 7 questions for you guys, all about saying yes and taking risks. So question number 1, let's do it.
So I've been working for the same company for about 6 years, and 3 years ago, I got a call from my boss saying, hey, do you want to move to a different country? Do you want to move to the United States? And at the time I was living in Canada, in Vancouver, and I got offered a role in New York City. So I was like, wow, this is a big decision. I gotta move my life to the East Coast. I'm from the West Coast. Things are more laid back on the West Coast. Can I handle the East Coast? Can I handle the weather? But I decided to go with my gut and said yes. So I went to move to New York. The thing is, right before moving there, the plan got changed to Los Angeles. So I actually moved there. I think it's a good thing that happened. It was kind of fate that it worked out that way. That was an opportunity I had in life to say yes. It's a big decision. And when you get an offer like that in your life, that doesn't really happen too often. That could happen once every 10 years, something that big, and life-altering decision. So by me saying yes to moving to a different country, it provided me with so much growth that I could never have by staying in the same place. I got to move to an entire different place, a different culture. There's different work cultures, there's different norms of business in that city of Los Angeles compared to Canada. And it gave me a chance to move up in my organization with more responsibility and become an expert in my role down in the US. So if I didn't say yes to that opportunity, I don't know where I'd be today. And by saying yes, now I get offered other opportunities. I get offered other projects. So it really worked in my favor to say yes to relocate to another country.
So shout out to Adam for making moves with his career. It's crazy how when you say yes to something and live through that experience, you can grow in so many more ways than you could have ever imagined. So the story that I want to share kind of relates to career as well. So last November, I was offered an internship with PepsiCo for the following summer. And, I had to click either yes or no regarding accepting the offer. And my gut was telling me to click yes, but I also had some fear and some doubt. Like, that's so far down the road. Like, what if my interests change? How am I going to figure out all the logistical details? I didn't feel like I was ready for it. And I just erased that fear and doubt and I clicked yes. And I knew I would just figure it out. Because in truth, I wasn't ready for that internship in November. If I had to start it the next day, I wouldn't have been ready. However, I was more ready than I ever could have imagined when the summer came along. So if I didn't say yes back in November, then I wouldn't have had that opportunity lined up for myself come the summer. So I think it's very important to say yes to things, even if you have some fear or doubt on exactly how it's going to work out, because you don't know the how. That's the crazy part. Like, I had no idea my internship would literally be turned to virtual come the summer. I couldn't have planned for that. So make sure you say yes to things, even if you're doubting the how.
So a saying yes mentality. We make tons of decisions every day. We make tons. So it's as simple as, do you want cheese on your burger or not? That's not a hard decision. It's pretty easy. Cheese for sure, most of the time. But then there's the big decisions. So things like, what subject do you want to study in school? That decision right there is huge. You got to find something that interests your mind. First of all, student loans, we all know, are super expensive. So you want to take school in an area that you actually enjoy and that you can actually see yourself working in someday. In order to prepare yourself for the big decisions and having to say yes to things, you need to start small. So I'd say start with things where your friends are inviting you to new experiences. So do you want to come to this party, this networking event where you don't know anyone? It makes you a little uncomfortable, but you will grow from it. Say yes to those things. Go to those things. It's going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to be sweating when you go to those events. But say yes to as many things as you can when you're young. And when you are faced with a big decision in life, that yes mentality will help you make the right decision that is best for you.
So my biggest piece of advice for a saying yes mentality is adopting a nothing to lose mentality. A lot of my friends are always like to me, like, Zoe, how do you always just put yourself out there? I could never do that. But the truth is that anyone can. And all it comes down to is a shift of your mindset. I would rather walk away from a situation and fail it rather than walk away and never try, because then I would have to live with the, what if I would have tried that, like maybe something would have happened. And the thing is that you're never gonna know until you take that risk, until you put yourself out there. Because if you do take that risk and you succeed, great, like it paid off the risk, that's awesome. And if it doesn't work out and you fail, like that's okay too, because failure teaches powerful lessons, and then you can take those lessons with you so that you don't repeat any of your past mistakes in the future. If you don't say yes in the first place, then you just have to live with the regret of never trying. So make sure you say yes, make sure you take risks.
So from taking risks, things wouldn't be a risk if there wasn't a chance of failure. I could go outside right now, head over to the Yosemite and do what the free solo guy did. There's a huge risk there. There's a huge risk I'll fall to my death. So the chance of failure right there is super high. So obviously I'm not gonna go make that decision. But when you're young, you can take a little more risk. What I learned is when you take risks and you're young, you have a chance to recover. You have time on your side. You're young. And when you do fail, that's when you're learning. About 5 years ago, I got into investing. And just like it is now, a lot of people are investing and it's gone nowhere but up. Since March, everyone's been getting into the stock market, Robinhood and all that, and it's been going straight up. That's what happened to me as well. I got in, everything was going very well. And then one day, I was like, I'm gonna throw some more money in. So I think it was Netflix. I put a bunch of money in and it went up a little bit and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna put even more in. And then it just crashed. And I was like, oh my God, what did I do? All my money's gone. I took the risk, put it on Netflix, didn't really think about my decision, and I lost and I sold. I panicked sold. So I failed. But time is on my side. I'm young. What I should have done is held on to those shares and waited till they went back up Today, Netflix is at like an all-time high. It's crazy. I should have just held on. I would have made my money back and more. So never let failure define you.
So something that I've learned about myself from saying yes and taking risks is just confidence. So the truth is that there's never going to be an exact moment where you're 100% ready for anything in life. So when it comes down to it, when you have that opportunity in the present moment, just say yes. And again, you might not know exactly how it's going to work out, but you're going to gain confidence from figuring it out. For example, a lot of people say fake it till you make it, and honestly, I think that's so true because during my internship this summer, I had the chance to reach out to a lot of high-level executives at PepsiCo just to sit down and to meet with them over Zoom. And the thing is like, I'm just an intern, right? Like, why would they want to meet with me? But hey, I took the risk and I just put myself out there because, again, I have nothing to lose. Like, that's just my mentality. And the thing is, I was nervous before the meeting, yes. However, nervousness is normal, and I think we need to kind of accept that, and we have to realize that being nervous is a sign that you're doing something big. You're doing something that puts you out of your comfort zone. Embrace that feeling, because after those meetings, which literally didn't even go bad, like I was creating all these false scenarios in my head, but I came out such a confident person after them, and I feel like I can talk to anyone now. So definitely learned a lot of confidence from taking risks.
Just like most people, I've been held back by fear of making a risk. I'll highlight one: fear of being judged by others. So, I'm a big fan of YouTube. I've been watching YouTube for so many years. And like most YouTube viewers, you kind of wish sometimes, like, oh, what would it be like to be behind the camera, the one making the content? And I always thought, I have something to offer. One day I'm gonna make videos. Just took me a long time to get over the fear of uploading a video and sharing it with the world. I was always scared of like, what would people think? What would people think if I look stupid on camera, say something dumb, or just fail, just like not grow a following or have bad content? So all those fears made me wait to post my first video until I was 29. And just this year, 29 years old, I uploaded that video and the fear wasn't there. It just disappeared. The second it was uploaded, I was proud. I was like, wow, I did it. Nothing happened to me. Pinch me, am I still alive? I think I am. The fear of being judged by others, it doesn't matter. Always remember, people are thinking about themselves more often. They're not thinking about you. They're not thinking about an embarrassing thing you did 3 years ago. Maybe you and your friends have little jokes and stuff on that stuff, but the general person is not living their life. They're not going up to the store being like, oh my God, Adam made a video. Oh, that's so funny. What type of bananas should I buy? No, they're not thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves. So do that thing you've always wanted to do. Don't worry about what others think. Don't care about what your parents think if that matters to you. Just do you. You have a long life ahead of you, but it's actually really short. Time flies by. So now's the time to do that thing you want to do. And if it's YouTube, upload some videos. It's really, really fun. I can promise you that.
I just want to say that I think it's really crazy that Adam had the fear of being judged by other people, which prevented him from starting his YouTube channel earlier. Because when I first came across his channel, my initial thought was like, wow, this guy like really knows what he's doing, like his camera setup, like his lighting, the way he talks, like his energy, and the combination of like humor and educational. And then I started like doubting myself. I was like, I don't know if I can actually like do this like he is. But at the same time, like he was over there doubting himself. So I think it goes to show you that we can be really hard on ourselves. So don't let that fear of like what other people think really change your direction. Keep going forward, keep doing your thing, because no one's going to be able to replicate exactly what you do. I think something that held me back in the past from taking risks was just the fear of failure. I didn't really want to pursue something because I was like scared it wasn't going to be good enough. Like I was just, being a perfectionist like I sometimes can be. So like for example with these YouTube videos, I was also scared to start posting them because they weren't perfect. But the thing is that you just gotta take the risk. You gotta start somewhere and just start putting yourself out there, because over time you're gonna get better, but you're never gonna know until you take that first step and begin. So if there's anything that you want to do in life, like writing a book for example, and you don't know where to start, well, you know what, just start with the first page. Like that's the best you can do, and keep going, because you're gonna learn the process along the way.
So FOMO is everywhere. You get invited to a friend's dinner and you're like, maybe I'll let you know because something else might come up. Or for me, I got invited to go work in Houston, Texas for 2 weeks. Crazy career thing. I never went on a big trip like that before. But at the same time, it was this music festival that all my friends were going to. We were excited to go to it for about 3-4 months. Last minute before the music festival, I had the offer to go to Houston, Texas. And I was the first option for my company. My boss relied on me. He's like, I want you to be there. And I was like,
oh my God, I'm gonna miss something in my personal life for work.
But then I thought about it. I went to the same music festival the year before, and a guy from Canada doesn't get the opportunity to travel to Houston, Texas, all paid, hotel, car, all of that for like 2.5 weeks. So I decided to skip this music festival and go to Houston. And believe me, there was FOMO. I missed out on the friends experience and all that. But I ended up moving to Los Angeles, like I mentioned earlier, and I got to go to Coachella. And that was a really fun experience. So if I didn't say yes to Houston, they wouldn't have picked me to do the same thing in Atlanta and then offer me a full-time position in the United States. So by saying yes and getting over that FOMO, I had opportunities that came in my life. So when you're gonna miss out on something, chances are you're gonna get something better. You really gotta think the big picture. So short-term pain usually results in long-term gain. Remember that.
I like what Adam said about how short-term pain leads to long-term gain. And it reminded me of this quote, for everything you have missed, you have gained something else. And for everything you gain, you lose something else, by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And I think that quote just really sums up FOMO in 1 or 2 sentences. I learned how to deal with it in the beginning of my college experience. So at Penn State, there's literally so much to do. Like, I swear every night there's a concert or there's a sporting event or there's like 50 restaurants downtown you can go to. There's so many people doing so many different things, like going out to eat, just going to watch movies, playing board games at night, so many things. So when I started to make friends, I started to get FOMO if I didn't go to these things. However, I'm someone that really values, my education and my grades as well. So I had to say no to some of those things, even though I was fearing being left out, because then I wouldn't kind of be in the loop with what they were talking about the next day. However, I learned that saying no to them caused me to say yes to myself. I said yes to going to bed earlier some nights just so I could wake up earlier the next day to get my schoolwork done. And then that caused me to enjoy the time that I did spend with them. So everything is great in moderation. So just remember that FOMO is just something you're creating in your head. No one's even thinking of that except for you. So make sure you live your life in moderation, you say yes to yourself, and you say no to others sometimes.
So I'll talk about 2 questions. First off, does this activity or decision energize me? You never want to do something that you really don't in your heart want to do. There's obviously things that aren't as fun as others, but if you really dread something, don't do it. Doesn't energize you, don't do it. It's your life. So you gotta find things that fit in your goals. A lot of people are like, oh my God, I wanna live in a different country one day or a different city. And then suddenly you're given the opportunity to do it. You're suddenly, oh wait, that was too soon. I wasn't ready yet. There's never a perfect time for these big decisions. There are always things in the way. So when you're making a big decision, make sure it aligns with your goals and it energizes you. It's gonna help you so much. If you make a decision to go forward with something that doesn't align with your heart, you're gonna be dreading it. You could be stuck in this situation for a while. So don't do anything you don't truly wanna do. The second question I ask myself is, why am I afraid to say no? Sometimes we over leverage our time. I'm really guilty of this. I'm always busy with things. I've always got tons of things on the go. You may have a huge project for school or a big work thing coming up next week that you really need to prepare for. So you're planning out your weekend schedule, you got your study plans, you got everything planned out. But then a friend calls you up and he's like,
hey, I need you to help me move. This last minute thing came in, the guy canceled, blah, 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 blah. I need you there.
I had my whole weekend planned. You think to yourself, if I help him move, moving is never 2 hours. If you ever get told moving is gonna be 2 hours, it's not. It takes a full day. They may give you free pizza, but if you had a plan with your weekend, you really need to spend some time on yourself and moving yourself forward, you gotta be okay saying no. Usually you're the type of person that wants to be the one that doesn't let someone down, but it's okay to say no sometimes. So I'd say try to live your life where you're not offended when people say no to you. That way, when you're gonna say no to someone else, you're not gonna be offended as well. And even if you say no to helping your friend move, tell them, like, I'll help you find someone else to move, or I'll get you on the next one. Friends move multiple times. Trust me, it happens. But if you have no excuse at all to move, make sure you help, because having someone that owes you a move is super, super valuable. It's like a currency. And I know that this is a video about saying yes, but I like to highlight the fact that saying no is okay sometimes. So when something isn't right for you, don't fear saying no.
So if something is holding you back from saying yes and taking a risk, the question I want you to ask yourself is, what exactly is holding me back? And if your answer is the how, the uncertainty, the unknown, then say yes anyway, because I'm a big believer in the law of attraction, and the law of attraction basically says that you need to focus on the end result of what you want in your life, and you shouldn't be super focused and stressed about the how, because if you truly believe in that end result, then you are going to believe that that's a possibility, and you're going to really work towards that. So, if the how is what's holding you back, then say yes, start believing that it is possible, and then watch the pieces fall into place in your life.
We all know there's a lot of people out there that are afraid to take risks or get out of their comfort zone a little bit. And I think that is because there is a fear of the unknown. When you're making a big decision, it is going to be also making a big change in your life. When there is comfort in your life and when you do have a routine, it's not as easy to change it. So humans are creatures of habit. So if you have a job that you kind of like, maybe like you don't enjoy it that much, but you kind of enjoy your routine, you get to go to work, you like the people you work with, you go to the gym after, and you keep repeating. Your heart's not truly in it, but you keep doing it. It's because you're used to your habit and you don't want to fear moving to a new job and possibly being the wrong company, or you're moving to somewhere where you're working for a boss that you don't like. So yeah, a lot of people aren't willing to take risks because they're not willing to get out of their comfort zone. When you're out of the comfort zone, that is where you truly grow. There's no way I can explain to you how much I have changed in 5 years since graduating university, or it's probably 6 now. The person I used to be is no longer there, because in my career, I've taken my first job very seriously. I've said yes to things. So when you're young, take advantage of this opportunity to get out of the comfort zone as much as possible, because you will see yourself turn into a new person in a good way.
So why are people afraid to take risks in life? Well, it just absolutely blows my mind how people will stay in relationships with other people who aren't good for them, or they'd stay in a career in a job they hate or a location that they hate, just because they are afraid to let go and move forward with their life. Of course, once you let go of something, there's gonna be a period of the unknown, the uncertainty, the loneliness. However, that's the period you need to use to reflect on yourself and your values and make that shift, because the truth is that there is a world of unlimited possibilities out there, and if you really believe that you're stuck in your situation and you don't have control to change your life, then you need to just rethink how you're living, because think about how many people there are out there. Think about how many jobs, how many locations, how many possibilities there are. Whatever you want is on the other side of fear. And you need to start over. A new slate, a clean slate, new people, new energy. You can't start reading the next chapter of your life if you stay on the previous page. So flip that page, start reading forward, and do not look back.
Wow, Zoe, that really flew by, didn't it? So I had so much fun talking about these topics, about saying yes and all of that. Hope you guys enjoyed my answers and my insight. And Zoe, I just want to say props to you. School, internship, and a YouTube channel, and you're doing stuff on Instagram. How many things is it? I'm so proud of that. I could have never done that at your age, so keep up that grind. It's really gonna pay off for you someday. So everyone on your channel is super lucky to have found your content. Keep giving us what we need. Tell us what we need to know. I really appreciate watching your videos, and I'm excited for the future content. And I just want to send out a formal invitation to be on my channel for a video sometime. So looking forward to collaborating once again. So have a good one. I'll talk to you soon.
Hey, I just want to say thank you so much, Adam, for joining me on my channel today. Really appreciated all your insights on saying yes and taking risks. I also just want to say I appreciate your kind words about my channel, and I'm someone that just loves the grind and the hustle and being busy, so I'm really excited to reap the benefits from that hard work. And also, I would love to accept your offer of jumping on your channel too for a future collab video, so make sure you guys look out for that. And Adam, keep up the grind of your channel as well. It's great to just, I watched your first video compared to where you are now, and it's just so neat to see your growth as well, your authenticity, and just your topics that you cover. So keep it up, and I hope you all got something out of this video. Really appreciate you watching, and I will see you again next Saturday.